From the beginning, our fates were sealed. Decades of war gave rise to a new enemy. The losses were great. But one would die and be reborn. A hero with no fate, but many destinies.
It is said that there is but one thing certain in this world. All that lives must die. This is the bargain into which all must enter. One birth, one death for each life. A reckoning.
Rated M for mature. Amalur is changing. Magic, once lost to the mortal races, has returned to the world. This is the age of Arcana. Order is giving way to chaos and destruction, and the Fate Weavers know that there are none in this world fated to save it. But hope lies in one who has already died, a hero who will embark on a quest to reshape the fate of the world. The legend begins in the Well of Souls, when gnomish scholar Fomerus Hughes finally succeeds in his attempts to restore life to the dead.
The pursuit of immortality. You're the only proof of what we've achieved here.
The hero's search for answers leads to the Fate Weaver Agarth, who sets the hero on a treacherous journey to discover the truth.
Fate's weave is always hard to see, but your path is yours to determine.
Along the path to find truth and meaning, the hero will encounter a number of factions that want to enlist the aid of the Fateless One. The hero may find it advantageous to join one or more of these factions, for they each possess unique knowledge that will help him on his journey. On the surface, the Travelers are a free-roaming society of entertainers and nomads living a carefree existence on the open road.
Ain't no worries in Star Camp. Travelers are the way life should be for a bloke in these lands.
However, they are from a lineage of the finest thieves that ever walked Amalur, and becoming one of the Travelers allows the hero to buy and sell stolen goods, as well as delve into the fine arts of stealth, crime, and subterfuge.
I can part with the daggers for half of what I was asking. I'd rather not get on the bad side of the Travelers.
The Scholia Arcana was formed generations ago. It has since become the central university for all mortals who wish to study the practice of magic.
We have a responsibility to know what these forces are, so that we may better control it.
A student who shows sufficient talent is granted access to the libraries of the Scholia Arcana, where they may study the arts of sagecraft, dispelling, and alchemy.
My suspicions regarding your potential were well-founded.
The once proud and noble warriors of the Warsworn are now known as the finest and fiercest hired swords in the Phalanx.
A mercenary sells a sword without honor. The Warsworn sell honor armed for battle.
The name of the Warsworn strikes fear into the hearts of enemies throughout the land. Once proven in battle, a Warsworn pledge has access to skills, weapons, and training that cannot be found elsewhere.
I've trained, I've dreamed. I will join the Order.
Amalur is host to more than just mortal man and their factions. The world is riddled with other races with numerous alliances, from the studious gnomes to the immortal Fae. Long ago, the Fae split into two courts, each with many houses. In the Summer Court, the House of Ballads is the keeper of songs and lore.
The house ensures those defining tales are never forgotten.
In these dark times, a hero is needed to relive the tales of old and continue the song. Meanwhile, in the Winter Court's House of Sorrows, few follow the old ways, and for the first time in living memory, the House of Sorrows will welcome an outsider into their ranks.
It is not a simple task I ask of you. We need someone who understands that.
But even the immortal Fae are helpless against the forces that are rising in Amalur. A twisted new sect from within the Winter Court, the Tuatha. The Tuatha grow in power, driven by their strange new god toward the destruction of all mortal life. They are warriors, priests, and zealots, who worship the god under the mountain and obey only Gadflow, their malevolent leader. For the first time in the history of the world, Fae have marched to war against the young races, and after a long decade of conflict, it seems that the Tuatha will emerge victorious. The rise of magic has upset the balance in Amalur, and the world teeters on the brink of chaos. Death has freed the hero from the bounds of fate, but there is a treacherous journey ahead for the Fateless One. With divided factions and warrior insurgents with their own agendas, the escalation of pure evil in the war-torn land will challenge and ultimately shape the hero's destiny. Rated M for mature. For millennia, man has pondered, who am I? Am I what fate deems me to be? Or am I more? Let none predict your future. Let no force dictate your path. Choose not one, but many destinies. And say this alone to fate. Fate be damned. Kingdoms of Amalur. Reckoning. Rated M for mature.
You alone may change what is to come. Go!
Rated M for mature. Amalur needs a hero, but the Fateless One's destiny is unwritten and ultimately will be shaped over time by the decisions you make.
I do not know what you are. Still, it wasn't her fate to die here.
These choices affect your hero's journey and help create a distinctive experience every time you enter the world of Amalur. As your hero becomes more experienced, you have the ability to improve disciplines of might, finesse, and sorcery. How you choose to enhance these will unlock certain destiny cards that affect the power of your hero's abilities and may influence your approach to encounters you have along your quest. From the fast, ranged, and melee-based duelist to the seers who can teleport and are experts at magic, destinies are about who you choose to be. But you are not shackled by these choices. You may, over time, become a might-based brutal conqueror, but then decide to transform into a powerful warlock. Some heroes may develop a unique hybrid of disciplines and skills, or even become proficient in all three. The possibilities are endless. For the right price, Fate Weavers are helpful allies in discovering your hero's destiny.
What brings you to this sacred place? For prayer? For the weaving of your fate?
Along the journey, the Fateless One will visit other Fate Weavers who, for a fee, can help him modify what type of hero he wants to be by wiping the slate clean. There are other ways to affect your destiny. When your hero successfully completes major quests, the player may be rewarded with a Twist of Fate card. But these rare cards are not so easily obtained.
When you meet Ventrinio, be careful. He may want to kill you the second time around for good measure.
Depending on how your hero completes quests and forms allegiances will impact what type of Twist of Fate card will ultimately be granted. You hold the cards of destiny that will alter your hero's journey through the treacherous world of Amalur. How you choose to play that hand will guide you on a unique adventure beyond your imagination. Rated M for mature. Amalur is alive and ripe for exploration. Secret areas, lore stones, temples, and unique dungeons combine to create a world worth getting lost in. As your hero sets out on his quest, you will discover a vast world. A world your hero is encouraged to explore, with secrets to uncover and fascinating mysteries to unravel.
If you wish to uncover the mystery of your deaths, then you will need Ventrinio.
Amalur's landscape is rich and varied, from the towering peaks of Skycrown to the swampy lowlands of Cluricon and everywhere in between. Regions have distinct flora and fauna, as well as structures both organic and man-made.
Oh no, not just anyone can enter the secret city of the Fae.
Cities like Edessa and Mel Senshir are populated by diverse inhabitants, and varied creatures roam the lands. Amalur has an equally rich history, and lore stones are a physical tie to that storied past. These interactive objects, once found and activated, impart stories of the past as well as reward your hero for locating them. Your hero is encouraged to fully venture out into the world beyond its well-trodden roads and paths. There he will unlock secrets, as well as gain great rewards.
Here, take this.
I'm sure you'll put it to good use.
New stories will also present themselves as your hero encounters the inhabitants of Amalur, and depending on what hour of the day they visit these areas, they may stumble upon people going about their own business, or might come across bitter enemies in heated battle. To further encourage your hero to venture out entirely from the main quest, there are seemingly endless amounts of interesting side quests that range from the unusual to the mysterious. Some side quests are simple and may not require much of your hero's commitment, while others will be far more involved and intricate.
I would warn you that to go to Arderwith is to go to your death. But if you must, be wary.
There are those quests that seem almost impossible to complete, but should your hero persevere and prevail, they promise remarkable rewards. Amalur is yours to explore, and your journey of discovery will help determine its very fate. What you do will rewrite the very fabric of existence, and the kingdoms of Amalur will never be the same after your hero's tale is told. Rated M for mature. Amalur is a world full of possibilities. Might, finesse, and sorcery are the three pillars that you may employ to create your approach to combat. You are free to develop a customized fighting style for your hero. By combining your favorite weapons, spells, effects, and powers, unique approaches to combat will continue to emerge.
We're all taught that we must use our talents for the greatest good. We'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver.
Might lends itself to a physical approach to combat, generally involving swords, hammers, and gratuitous violence. Swords are well-rounded, versatile weapons. While the damage they do is moderate, the rate at which they inflict injury is great. Hammers utilize their mass for large amounts of damage and a wide range, but they are slow to swing. The two-handed greatsword is a powerful ally, but also the slowest. Warriors rely on that which is sharp or blunt, but can still learn spells and cast magical enhancements to bolster attacks or defense. Mastery of these abilities will yield even more powerful effects when going toe-to-toe with the enemy. Crushing skulls isn't the only way to victory. For the more acrobatically inclined hero, there are bows, daggers, poison, and smoke. Daggers have a defensive measure built in to block and counter-attack. A good deal faster than the average sword strike, a Feyblade slashes enemies multiple times in combat. Feyblades are especially lethal when employed stealthily. Masters of Cunning can also set traps that, with enough experience, can topple even the most intimidating of monsters. A Master of the Elements can cast spells that invoke fire, ice, and lightning. A seasoned sorcerer can call upon elemental rage to mix all three elements to devastating effects.
It is a wondrous world, and among its marvels is the force of magic.
Beneficial weapons for a Master of the Elements are staffs, scepters, and chakrams. Each has inherent magical energies and can be used for close quarters combat as well as long-ranged attacks. Heroes are not bound by any one track of these abilities. So even though a hero may be a fighter, he still has access to magic as well as stealth weapons and abilities. And the more they are used in coordination, the more variety of combinations will be revealed. Ultimately, combat approaches are mixed and matched with the numerous destinies one may adopt. There are seemingly endless possibilities to explore as you hone your hero's unique fighting style.